Schools for Climate Action. Schools for Climate Action is a nonpartisan, grassroots youth-adult campaign with the mission to empower schools to speak up for climate action in order to protect current and future students. We help school boards, student councils, PTAs, and teachers' unions to pass resolutions that do three things. 1. Drive a paradigm shift so that people will recognize climate change as a generational justice and human rights issue. 2. Call on all elected leaders, especially members of Congress, to support common-sense climate legislation such as national carbon pricing. 3. Celebrate and expand school district responses to climate change. As the threat of climate change grows over time, so does the need for immediate, wide-scale action. At Schools for Climate Action, we believe individual and community-level actions are important. However, given the severity of the climate threat and short time window we have to act, we believe that the educational sector can also take a lead in putting pressure on Congress to pass common-sense national climate policy. Many people don't realize that Congress has never passed a single policy to manage the threat of climate change. For 30 years, they have been disengaged when it comes to securing a stable climate for future generations. While cities, school districts, counties, and states have made significant strides in addressing this issue, Congress has failed to act. Imagine that you are a member of Congress who wants to speak up for climate action, but won't because you will lose supporters. Then imagine that school boards in your district start saying, "We want you to act on climate change to protect our students." You would feel empowered to take action. Or imagine that you're a member of Congress who doesn't want to take action, but your school boards tell you to. You would have no choice but to listen. Even the most climate-denying members of Congress have hundreds of school board members and student council members who could be urging them to act on climate. Since our first resolution last December, a total of 24 school boards have spoken up, including 2 county boards of education, 1 school board in Colorado, and 1 in New York. The rest are in California. 2 teachers' unions have spoken up as well, and the California and national PTAs. As for student councils, Credo High School just passed the first. When people first hear about our campaign, they can be intimidated. The process of passing a resolution may seem confusing at first, but it's actually a lot simpler than it seems. There are many easy things that you can do to support Schools for Climate Action. The first is to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter and help spread the word. You can also join our Google group and sign up for our e-newsletter. You can find this under Take Action on our website. Another thing that you can do is to get your local school boards to pass resolutions. We've broken that down into 3 easy steps, but keep in mind that school boards have passed resolutions after receiving just an email, so you might not even have to speak at a meeting. School board members are often eager to do something about this pressing issue, especially because it directly affects students. Step 1. Find your school board members' emails on the school district webpage and send them a quick email about passing a climate action resolution. We have templates under resources on our site. Step 2. On the school district website, find out when the next board meeting is. All school board meetings have an open comment period, usually at the beginning, where anyone can speak regardless of where they live or what they have to say. You can go and give a 1 to 3 minute statement urging them to pass a resolution. We have templates under resources on our website. Step 3. Once you've spoken at a meeting, send a follow-up email to the board members. Again, we have templates under resources on our website. If your school board passes a resolution or you have questions, be sure to contact us by emailing empower@schoolsforclimateaction.org. For decades, we've known about climate change, that we caused it, and that there are solutions, yet little has been done. Is it really fair to burden those least responsible for its cause with the most hazardous effects? That is why climate change is a generational justice and human rights issue, and that is why we must act now. People do individual things to protect the environment. They recycle, they eat less meat, they install solar panels. These are significant choices, and although it's very important, changing our personal habits is not enough when compared to the scale and severity of climate change. Our future is in the hands of policymakers, and it is time Congress listens to the schools who are finally voicing the concern of millions of people across the nation. Climate change must be addressed as quickly as possible for the sake of all students. It is time that we all do our part to break the spiral of silence around climate change and stand up for the future.